Right before we begin today's video, if you'd like to receive alerts about some of the best credit card offers, just go to this link in the description below to subscribe to my credit card offer alerts. Simply enter your name and email and I'll start sending you those alerts for free. Here's something I think both you and I can agree on. Chase has a bunch of fantastic credit cards that a lot of people want to get their hands on. But there's also one big and growing problem. Chase has a lot of rules to be able to get approved for their cards, and the rules keep getting more complex and keep changing over time as well. So if by chance you've been feeling less confident about your approval odds with Chase, hopefully this video should give you a lot of clarity going forward. All right, let's kick things off now with the broad general application rules with Chase. One of the newest innovations to Chase's algorithm is this new pop-up window, which some people refer to as pop-up jail. What this means is that you may see a window appear stating that you're ineligible for the welcome offer. It will appear before a credit check is performed and will ask you if you wish to proceed with the application without the welcome offer. And this currently applies to the Chase Sapphire branded cards and the Chase Inc. business cards. Could this roll out to more cards in the future? That's up to Chase. I definitely see it as a possibility though. And for right now, so you know, here's what the pop-up window looks like. It says a quick update about your application. It looks like you're not eligible for a bonus for, then the name of the card. In this case, Chase Sapphire Reserve. This can happen if you've already held or received a bonus for this credit card. Current holders of a personal Chase Sapphire card are also ineligible. That part though has been modified. So we'll strike that out for the moment. And I'll clarify in a few moments here. We haven't done a credit check yet, so there will be no impact to your score if you don't continue. How would you like to proceed? Continue without the bonus or cancel my application with no impact to your credit score? While we definitely don't want to receive that message, it's actually kind of a nice thing to see because rather than going through an application and then getting the card, thinking you're going to get a welcome offer, then you do the spend requirement, and if you realize, oops, I never got my bonus, why not? Well, perhaps it was because you were not eligible for it in the first place. So this message appearing before you even go all the way through with the application is nice to know up front. Application rule number 2, the Chase 524 rule. Chase will usually decline your application if you've opened 5 or more credit cards across all banks in the past 24 months that appear on your credit report. Also, a note here, for Chase business credit cards, you usually need to be below 524 to get approved for those. But if you do get approved for a Chase business card, then that new business card will not increase your 524 count. For instance, let's say you're at 424, meaning you've opened 4 credit cards in the past 24 months. You then go apply for a Chase Inc. business card or a Southwest business card. You get approved, then you'll still be at 424 after. And that is a good thing. Up next, the 24-month rule. If you've had a card in the past, you can only get a welcome offer on that same card again if you no longer have it and if it has been more than 24 months since you last received a welcome offer for that same card. We then have the 2-month rule. Chase will typically allow up to 2 personal applications in a 30-day period. Then the 1-month rule. Chase will typically approve up to 1 business card in a 30-day period. And finally, regarding a total card limit, Chase does not have a known maximum number of cards you can have. Instead, they place a limit on the total amount of credit you can have with them across all of your cards. And that total limit will be determined upon things like your income, your debt levels, credit score, payment history, and whatever other data points they put into their algorithm to make that decision. All right, let's now check out the welcome offer rules specifically for certain types of cards with Chase. And we've got to start with the ones that everybody always asks about, the Sapphire cards, specifically the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Going directly to the source on Chase's website, the new card member bonus may not be available to you if you currently have any other personal Sapphire cards open, previously held this card, or received a new card member bonus for this card. We may also consider the number of cards you've opened and closed, as well as other factors in determining your bonus eligibility. Then switching over to the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, there are no changes to this, so all the same stuff applies here too. Now, check out this change that's actually occurred with Chase. Previously, when I showed you this pop-up jail or window that we saw earlier, current holders of personal Chase Sapphire cards are also ineligible, just flat out. If you had one Sapphire branded card, you simply could not get another one. That was the older language, but now what we're seeing here is it's been softened up. The new card member bonus may not be available to you if, and then the criteria that follow. Chase will always reserve the right to deny people a bonus or the card product itself if they choose to do so. But no longer is it just you're flat out ineligible, there's a chance that you could get approved for another card with a bonus. That's up for them and their secret proprietary algorithmic magic behind the curtains to determine that. And to help you all see that hope a little more clearly and simply, here's my simplified version of all this. You can earn a welcome offer on each Sapphire card once per card as long as you haven't previously received a welcome offer on that card. You can also have more than one Sapphire card open, even if you're not eligible for the welcome offer. Moving on now to the $0 annual fee Chase Ink Business credit cards. We've got the Ink Business Cash and the Ink Business Unlimited. Let's pull up those details. Here's the Ink Business Cash. The new card member bonus may not be available to you if you have ever had this card or any Chase for Business card without an annual fee. And of course, it can also consider other factors. Flipping on over to the Ink Business Unlimited, the verbiage here is identical. And for our simplified version, the $0 annual fee Ink cards have a lifetime rule, but it is a bit soft. You may not be eligible for a welcome offer on a $0 annual fee Ink card if you ever had the same card before or any other Chase for Business card that also has a $0 annual fee. I think it's pretty clear that the reason why we're going over all these Chase rules is so that way you can be better equipped to get approved for one. It's always fun to get a new card, but once you get beyond about 3 cards or so, it starts to become a chore to manage all of them. And that's where today's sponsor, Matt's Rewards, can make a big difference. Matt's Rewards is an app that makes managing multiple credit cards super easy. That's because you can see your cards, rewards, and more in one place. And to make sure you're not leaving value on the table, there's Matt's Rewards Gold, which has several features that I absolutely love. First is the benefit trackers. For cards that give you statement credits for certain purchases, these trackers show you how much you've used versus how much you've got left and when they expire. Second is the best card page, which shows you which card to use to earn the most amount of rewards by category or even at the locations around you. And this third one is awesome. You know how some banks like Chase and Amex allow you to add offers to your card to earn even more rewards? Well, instead of having to scroll through and manually activate each one individually on separate apps, Matt's Rewards can do all of that for you. This makes sure you don't miss out on a discount or some bonus points on something that you were going to buy anyway. So if you'd like to manage your credit cards like a pro, simply scan the QR code on your screen, click the link down below in the description, or just download the Matt's Rewards app and add the code MARKR during sign up. Whichever method you choose, you can try out the totally free version or get 25% off Matt's Rewards Gold if you want all the best features. So now that we've looked at the Ink cards that don't have an annual fee, let's move over to the ones that do. Now we're going to see the Ink Business Preferred, also the Ink Business Premier, and the new Sapphire Reserve for Business, which is not Ink branded, but it's still part of the same overall type of family of cards here. For the Ink Preferred, here's what Chase has to say about it. The new card member bonus may not be available to you if you have ever had this card. We may also consider other factors. As for the Ink Business Premier, it says the exact same thing. And for the Sapphire Reserve for Business, again, same thing here too. Each of these Chase business cards stands on its own. You can get the welcome offer on each one. So if you've ever had the Chase Ink Business Preferred or Premier or Sapphire Reserve for Business in the past, then you may not be able to get the welcome offer again. Always lame to see this type of lifetime language here again, but the good side of it is that each of these 3 cards does allow you to get its bonus individually. So there's no broad family rule saying that if you got one, then you're ineligible for the others. How about these Southwest credit cards on the personal side? Beginning here with the Plus version, the product is not available to either current card members of any Southwest Rapid Rewards credit card or previous card members of any Southwest Rapid Rewards credit card who received a card member bonus within the last 24 months. Then a little caveat here at the end, this does not apply to card members of the Southwest Rapid Rewards business card and employee credit card products. Turning the page over to the Premier card, the exact same wording is shown here, and also the same thing for the Priority version. There were a lot of little stipulations in one paragraph, so let's break them up into several bullet points here. The simplified version goes like this. The Southwest cards have a family rule. You cannot be approved for a personal Southwest card if you already have one open. You cannot get a welcome offer on a personal Southwest card if you already have one open, or if you received a welcome offer for any personal Southwest card within the last 24 months. This does not apply to business Southwest cards, which means yes, you can get a personal card and a business card and the bonus on both. Now let's take a look at the IHG cards on the personal side, where we have the Traveler and the Premier. Pulling up the terms on the Traveler card, this product is not available to either current card members of any personal IHG One Rewards credit card or previous card members of any personal IHG One Rewards credit card who received a new card member bonus for any personal IHG One Rewards credit card in the past 24 months. Gotta love how they always say the full branded name every single time. And for the higher tier Premier card, the verbiage does not change at all. That means the simplified version to all of this is very much like the Southwest cards. You also cannot get a welcome offer on a personal IHG card if you already have one open, or if you received a welcome offer on any of the personal IHG cards within the last 24 months. And this does not apply to the business IHG card. So yes, you can get a personal one and a business one. And now, last but so far from least, we have our final grouping of these branded credit cards. This is going to be for the Marriott cards, of which there are currently 3, the Bold, Boundless, and Bountiful. I'm surprised they haven't released a 4th one called the Beautiful. Anyway, the application rules on these cards are so immensely complex, you need to have a degree in calculus to figure them all out. Which is why, rather than showing you all the major paragraphs worth of text from Chase, I'm actually going to pull up here from the Frequent Miler. They've organized all the words into a nice chart here. That is still a little bit confusing to look at, but once you actually absorb how it's laid out, it's quite simple to follow. Allow me to walk you through this here. On the far left-hand side, where you have the vertical columns for Chase and Amex, above it you see cards you've had or recently applied for. That's your starting point. What do you already have? Then across the top, we see card you want. In other words, the one you go into apply for next. Are you eligible to get that next card or not? And that'll be based upon your history with the cards you already have or had. Let's run through an example that I think will apply to a lot of people. Now, just remember here as we go through this that these cards are issued by Chase, and also American Express issues Marriott Bonvoy cards too. That's what makes it so complicated. All right, let's say now here on the left-hand column, the card that you've had or that you just applied for. Let's say you've got the Chase Bonvoy Boundless credit card. And the card that you want to now go get is the Amex Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card. What you're gonna do is find the place where these two boxes intersect, and that will show you the rule that applies to that exact scenario. So finding that point of intersection, we see 90 and 24. What does that mean? Well, you have the eligibility key down at the bottom to define it for you, which states you are not eligible for a welcome bonus on that new Bonvoy Brilliant card in this case, if you were approved for the card on the left, the Bonvoy Boundless, within the past 90 days, or if you received a welcome bonus or upgrade bonus in the past 24 months. From there, after you maybe read that 2 or 3 times, you can just see if all those little points apply to you specifically. If so, you're not eligible for the welcome offer on the Brilliant. If you're in the clear, then go ahead and apply and see if Amex will approve you. If so, then you should get that bonus. And that's how this whole chart works. You start with the card you have on the left, go to the card you want on the top right, find where they intersect, then whatever the numbers and emojis indicate, that will be defined or decoded there with the key at the bottom. Some of these may have just 1 restriction, or 2 like we just went through, or even 3. And then whenever you see the green check mark, that means you don't have any rules standing in your way, so go ahead and apply. And if you're getting approved, then you should get that bonus without an issue. And right here, we're gonna put a stop on going over all these individual / family card rules because, again, Chase has close to 40 of these. If you're wondering why I didn't go over some other super popular versions like the Chase Freedom cards, like the Flex right here on the screen, well, the reason is because you can find whatever card that you want and exactly the terms that will apply to that specific offer being given. All you gotta do is click on the offer details link and then go through the terms. Typically, Chase will put it right at the very top, and whatever is the most important stuff will be right next to the welcome offer language in bold font. And the main reason why I didn't cover the Freedom Flex, for instance, is because it was covered by the broader general rules. The rules that we see here already apply to other cards that we've gone over. If you have it open already, you can't open it again with another bonus. And of course, if you got the bonus within the past 24 months, that's that 24-month rule. All right, should you be in a situation where you applied for a card but got one of the pending notifications saying Chase will let you know in 7 to 10 days because they can't arrive at a decision right now on the spot. You can always check your application status with Chase to see if any updates come through yet by going to this number here. Just tap it in on your phone, give them a call, and you'll be able to get an update. You may also be able to check in your application status on your online Chase account, assuming you already have one set up. Although personally, I've not had that work for me very well. The phone number is much better. Moreover, if you've already applied for your card and got denied, you may still be able to remedy that by turning a no into a yes with the reconsideration line. Remember, the first time you got denied, that was from their computer system. So there may still be a little bit of a chance where if you talk to an underwriter, they may be able to overturn that decision manually. So to call the reconsideration line on the personal side, here's the phone number for that. Also the recon number for business, you can see that number there on your screen too. There's no guarantee, of course, but plenty of people have gone with this approach and turned their application decisions around. Yes, that was a ton of information, and that was all just for a single card issuer too. You can see now how complicated the credit card game is becoming. Having said that though, this video is now live on YouTube for you all to have as a reference going forward. I'll also put little chapter marks along the way, so if you want to go refresh yourself on certain cards, or even just the broader rules at the beginning once or 3 more times, you can go ahead and do so easily. And in case you want to keep on earning more rewards without having to always open up a new credit card, check out the links down below too. You'll see one down there for Rakuten, which is a great online shopping portal allowing you to earn cash back at thousands of different merchants. And you can even switch your reward preference over to earn Amex points or Bilt points for travel if you prefer those. Additionally, if you want me to keep you in the loop about great credit card offers as they become available and before they expire, sign up for my free credit card offer alerts. And if your credit card strategy has become a little bit more complicated and you want a simple way to keep track of everything in one place, check out Matt's Rewards as well. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you now have more confidence about applying for your next Chase card. Good luck on that next application, and I'll see you in the next video.